from what is going on outside. I'm going to talk about that later. But unfortunately, you don't seem to appreciate it. You go for any course, you pay for this, and they give you certificates. And the way they are going to take it is not the way it's going to take it, because it's bringing practical home. Unfortunately, some of you don't appreciate it. Your class alone, I was even afraid that will this place be able to accommodate us? But look at the back yourself and check what's happening. But I'm not disturbed. I'll see you out today and tomorrow before I hand over. So we decide what to do for you. No problem about that. And the next century will soon come in also. So we decide what to do. I shouldn't go. Hey! Come on, quiet. Wait! I shouldn't go. I will go. So please, sincerely, I'm not too happy with what I'm saying. And we are not doing tests. If it's impromptu tests, also, you will see them knocking each other's head and coming. This is more than the test. Everything we are testing you for is for this. And so I withdrew the list because some of them take attendance and go out. No problem. And somebody Sunday will call the resource person and his team that I thank God for 30th day of July 2024. Maybe you are the person, maybe it's the person. So whatever we have now to do, please let your mind be here. And it's not going to be only theory. We are teaching you theory and a lot of things, but the field experiences that I've been sharing with you, you will see practically demonstrated. And it's not coming alone, it's coming with his teams, which we are going to introduce to you very soon. So please, if you want to call your colleagues, don't say because of attendance, that's why you're listening. I've asked my prof, my dean-elect, to stop the attendance for now. So please, if you want to call them, but we are starting now. Prof, I can hear you. Let's be faster. Let's be faster. Well, I know some of us are occupying one way or the other, some other things, because the changeover is between today and tomorrow in the whole university. And many departments and faculties are planning they are getting together today and tomorrow. The MC, who is incidentally happens to be the deputy dean, is holding brief for our dean that is going tomorrow because of another program in the faculty. And he's supposed to go about doing this program. He has just called me to inform me that the dean has assigned him one thing again to do. So without waste of time, we'll start this program immediately. And we are going to start with an opening prayer. Professor O.S. Adedeji, lead us in opening prayer, please.
In Jesus' name. Father God, we thank you for your love and for your mercy. We give you praise all and glory. To you, mighty God, be all honor, glory, and praise in Jesus' name. Almighty God, we thank you for the gift of life. We thank you, Father God, for all those that you have put in position of power in this institution. We thank you for your divine guidance. We bless your name for protecting every family that is represented here in Jesus' name. Holy Father, as we start this program, we ask for your divine presence in Jesus' name. Father God, we ask that you open the understanding of everyone so that whatsoever that is going to be imparted unto us today shall remain and abide with us and be with us, and we will be able to put it into good use in future in Jesus' name. Holy Father, we thank you. Give you praise, honor, and glory. Father God, we commit all the speakers into your hands. Let them speak through you to your glory and your glory only. In Jesus' precious name we pray.
Thank you, Reverend Pastor Professor O.S. Adeliji. A round of applause for you. And it's only one cap you are seeing on my head, but I'm wearing many caps. Okay, the man has come. Thank God, I help you to Thank you very much. Join me in welcoming the MC for today, Professor Akinwumi Akinyekaolu.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here, and just as our head of department has introduced me, I'll be anchoring this program as we run through. Yes, to the glory of God, this is our second workshop in the department, and we are also fortunate to have you all around. And I want to relax as our resource person will be taking us through how to formulate feed in the modern era. But then, to kickstart this program, I want to introduce guests and also members of staff so that I'll bring them to the high table. And I hope that as we be going on, every one of us, as we are all here, we have something, not only one, something to go back home with. Join me to welcome on board here one of our resource persons. The team have the main man has arrived since yesterday, and today we have other members of the team also that got here. So please, with your clapping, I want you to welcome Mr. David Ajayi. Mr. David Ajayi to the right table. To the right table. Okay, Mr. Aran will join us very soon. Technology Development Manager for what? Good. Clap for yourself. Yes. I want you to give a clap please, I want you to clap for this man. He's the sales rep from Top Feed as well. Mr. Stephen Olawu, please let's welcome him to the anthem. Let's welcome Mr. Stephen Olawu. Mr. Stephen Olawu, thank you. Yes, let's clap for the major distributor of coffee in our environment, Mr. Ezekiel Adesina. And we also join us as well. Yes, I want us to clap for Mr. Fidelis Olobanjo. Fidelis Olobanjo is the sales manager for Kwara, area sales manager for Kwara State. You are welcome, sir. Yes, I will call our main speaker for today. But before that time, I want to also introduce and welcome some of our leaders in the department to also take their seats as well. So join me as Professor O.S. Adedeji takes his own seat at my table. Professor in the department is one of our leaders, and you are talking about animal health in our department. That is vet anatomist and professor of fish toxicology as well. You are welcome, sir. Yes, I need the attention of the head of department, and our head of department needs no introduction. I want the departmental staff to also be on seats before I introduce our guest speaker for the day. So I want us to join me with your clap ovation, not stand ovation now. As we clap, as we welcome our dean-elect, Professor introduce your member of staff in our midst, Dr. Mrs. Olagope, Mr. Olivide, Mrs. Ajibulu. Yes, in our midst is one of our faculty staff, and I want you to clap for her because she was even here. She's been here before many of you. We have in our midst Dr. Mrs. Owade. You are welcome. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I'm trying to stand through it that we still have other members of staff. They are still busy with logistics. Please join your hands as we welcome our head of department to his position. I want you to take a seat. Alright, yes, we don't want to waste any time. I want to call to the high table the guest speaker that will be leading us through today. We have a lot to learn from him. This man, I met him for the first time yesterday, and I proposed a very wonderful statement he made that shocked me yesterday, that if you all do not go back to farming, if they are power than that. Do you agree with that statement? But it shocked me further that the result we are seeing now is because we have neglected farming activities. But he doesn't want that to happen again. He wants us all to be involved, and that is the reason for this event this morning. So join me as we welcome to the high table Dr. Adedeji SW. Dr. Adedeji, you are welcome, sir. Yes, don't mind me with the arrangements. We want top feet to be this side while AMB officers will be here. Yes, actually wanted it the other way, but just manage me the way I've arranged things. And I want you to be ready for this program. Okay, I want you to clap for yourself. AMB students. AMB students, please clap for yourself. We have the slogan, AMB. Are you sure? You are all welcome. You are all welcome. Dr. Haruna. Alright, before Dr. Haruna will come on stage, I want to welcome our head of department to give his opening remark as we commence, go further with the event. Thank you.
Thank you, moderator. First of all, I want to apologize to the team of experts who started our since yesterday for this program. Incidentally, I happened to be outside this place yesterday, but we were communicating with each other. When he arrived, when he was in town, he had to call me. And our father in the department, Professor Lucy, was around. The dean-elect was around. The incoming Judy was around. And we were able to welcome him, which later I have to join them. I really appreciate the love you have for us. I want to also appreciate the general manager or somewhere general manager. And he didn't say we are small. He just decided to come in here and straight to the venue. I was even surprised. And he called Dr. Wale. He said, where are you? I said, I am in the venue. I was shocked. I said, venue? So we asked him to come to the backstage. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the love. The Dean, Faculty of Agricultural Sciences, ably represented by the Dean-elect, Professor Azim Ige. Distinguished and respected colleagues, our highly valued resource person and his team, respected and great Larukites, great AFB students, ladies and gentlemen. My first appreciation goes to the Almighty God for making this second academic industry interaction a possibility. In my opening remarks at the first edition of this workshop held on October 20th, 2021, I acknowledge and appreciated the Almighty God as the one that has the steps and the thoughts of all being in his domain. He can allow and disallow. He can fold and unfold. The will to do is human, but the way to do and when to do is by the divine permission. He has granted us this element to hold this second workshop today. To him alone be all the glory and honor. Distinguished participants, recall also that in the maiden edition, I reiterated the academic industry workshop. That academic industry workshop was a vision and a body because of the usual disconnect between the academic and the industry. My field experience before joining the academy spanned the period of 14 years. And with this practical background in both the theory and practice of animal science, I acquired during on my own feet of excellent involvement in the general management of an integrated farm. I was highly motivated for the academic pursuit. The problem on the field, especially the challenging situation of high cost of conventional feed ingredients, determine my present academic research pursuit and focus, livestock nutrition and management. While on the field, I recognize the need to work with those in the academics. A considerable body of research has highlighted the relevance of collaborative research, contract research, consulting and information relationship for university-industry knowledge transfer. Unity is strong. When there's a teamwork and collaboration, whatever change can be achieved. If you have great talents, industry will improve them. If you have but moderate abilities, industry will supply the deficiency. Say Joshua Reynolds. And many ideas go better when transplanted to another mind than the one mind where they sprung up from. Without industry funding, important advances in disease prevention and treatment will not have occurred. According to Revisha Input and Canada Worker 2019, Western industrialized economies rely heavily on advances of science and technology. They are seen as vital in addressing the currently pressing societal goals. In the words of Raymond Gibbons and Wicker 2013 and Martin 2012, policy makers, for example, want academic researchers to contribute much more to apply research, to technological development, to production and process development, and even to dissemination of technology. Over the last decades, the desire to integrate scientific research and technical development has increased the importance of and has changed the nature of collaboration between industry and the university. According to Edward and Ford 2010, beyond the traditional truth seeking scientists, there's another scientist, the entrepreneurial scientist, who is able to interface between knowledge and innovation. Actually, that's what we need now. Entrepreneurial scientists. Not that we just know the theory without application. And actually, if we are going to make any significant progress, we must be able to match the two together. And that's why you see now in most curriculum that they bring entrepreneurship to it, which are starting around here. You can't just be full of theory without application. Thank God the people stated here, by the grace of God, they are farmers. You may not know, I know. He's a consultant. You may not know our DLS is a big farmer. Practical farmer for that matter. A round of applause for him, please. It's because I interacted with some of them that I know. I see the application and the way they handle things. So you cannot be full of theory without practical. When I was in Israel, all those that were teaching us for the scholarship, they are one place they are consulting for or the other. They are not just lecturers. They are consultants in different farms. So when they finish the course, they take us to the field. And what you see in field will make you to learn and get better things. And that's what the focus of our department is on. Time didn't allow us to have it frequently the way we wanted to have it. But when we have the opportunity, my recommendation this afternoon, you and I get together, is that by the grace of God, we have the Dean as animal scientists now, HOD as animal scientists. Then by the grace of God, they should be able at least one semester gather all our final year students together, let them have to have discussion with the industry. Right here, some of you define the course of your life. And please don't play with the opportunity. Many of us don't have it, but you have the opportunity. Transport has been possible to make the best use of it. What are the potential benefits of academic industry relationship? Number one, non-curricular learning. We are just sharing this morning with our resource persons. And I said there are some things I never learned in book. When I go to the field, I must take immediate decision. Number one, the reputation of my company there was at stake. My own integrity was at stake. And we must continue and we must survive. So right there, there's nothing I can see in book that will give me an answer there. And likewise, they share the same experiences that they have been having before. So you see here, today you are going to learn, not curricular. you may not even AMP 507, AMP 508, AMP 509. You may not see it there, but you're going to learn today. Number 2, scholarships and stipends. When you learn and you are able to have collaboration. Some of you want to serve here, you are going to pay the salary of lecturer when you are doing IT. And when you don't see it, you go and start selling pancake. I go and selling buns. I go and sell this. You are forgetting that there's a place you don't earn money immediately, but the experience you gather will translate to money for you later. Take for instance, I think my brother, Professor, he knows about it. He used to call it my boss. When my son wanted to do IT, he said, Daddy, I'm not going to go to where they are paying money. I want to go to where they are going to, I'm going to learn. He said, even though they don't give me anything, I said, don't worry. And that time was the time we had problem in the university. And he said, he's going to pay 25,000 to do IT. I didn't have half of that money. It was as bad as that. I have to look for the money and pay. But I can show you the next 3 months there, that boy started making some things and he became a consultant for his colleagues. And then when they want to do something, he'll be the one they are going to consult, and he was making his money back. So please, I'm pleading with you. Well, time is gone now because you are done your IT. Maybe your 4 students are here. But I want to plead with you. Where are you going to do IT? They are not paying you. Make the sacrifice now. You are going to get the money later. Number 3, experience working on real-world projects and settings. After the maiden edition of academic discussion, we had an MOU with real people concept. And my colleague can bear me witness. 2 of our students were given scholarship that time. I think one of them is here today. Where's Favor? Okay, Favor. It was okay. Did you enjoy it or not? It was. They have to sponsor him for a training, and then the lady that have first class also, the 2 of them will sponsor them. We slated them for that, and they went for that training. They didn't give me back. It's with them for life. So there's an MOU we normally draw. Then with big Dutchman also that came to give us something that time. We also make collaboration so that our students can be doing practical where they are going to be seeing things happening. So that's another advantage. Then increase just prospects. When you know how to do things, there is prospect for your work. You are going to, prospect of getting job. Then improve appreciation of quality. Anything you do, you'll be conscious of quality. And then that's for the student. What of for us, also as faculties, as staff? You know that when we meet, just yesterday, like the Deputy Dean told you, just yesterday, International brought a lot of things for him. And then he started interacting and knowing how to collaborate later in the future. These are the things that are good for us and good for the student. And the third aspect is the benefit to the industry. He's going to share some experience with us today that running through the line of the executive in their company, you can see this one animal scientist, this one animal scientist, this one animal scientist. Where are they getting from? They are getting them from here. That is, when they come and interact like this, some of you will link up with him later. You will communicate with us again, you communicate with him. And if there's any opportunity that comes up, you'll be able to get that job. Please, I want us to understand and take this one we are doing today very seriously. There are many we have in store for us. We have done only 2. There's another one coming up, which I know the HOD and my dean elects are going to do by the grace of God. We call it from graduate to guru. What did I say? From graduate to guru. We have our students that have made it. Making it. They are millionaires. I want to bring them out. The graduate translated to guru. So that one will come in the next phase, hopefully in the 3rd edition. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all academic staff members of the department for their sacrifices and willingness to suspend other things to make this workshop a reality. The completion of all postgraduate students, as well as undergraduate students, especially level representatives for mobilizing their colleagues to attend this is highly appreciated. In the words of Ellen Keller, alone we can do so little, together we can do much. No one can whistle a symphony, it takes a whole orchestra to play it. That is inioluwa. On this note, I want to appreciate once again the team for conflict, our team leaders representing the day, and other colleagues in the panel. Thank you. God bless you. Enjoy the training.
Wow, we've just had a very thought-provoking welcome address from our head of the panel. Please, another round of applause for our head of the panel, Professor Olusegun Ojebi. Another round of applause. Yes. While our head of department was giving us the welcome address, we have some of our lecturers in the faculty, in the department that entered. We have some of our guests. I want to, with our applause, welcome Professor S.T. Ademola. Very welcome, sir. You have a seat there. I want us to also please clap for head of department, animal production and health. The head of department, animal production and health, the person of Professor T.A. Rafi. You are welcome, sir. As well. God bless you. God bless you. We won't move on to the clap. We take up the stage. We also want to have a welcome speech from our dean. The dean is unavoidably absent, but in the glory of God, we have our home as the dean-elect. As the dean-elect. MC cannot do standing for the dean. Our dean-elect will be standing in for him. So in just a few minutes, okay, in a few minutes, Professor Ike will be welcoming us and giving us a big speech. But before that, I want to also quickly welcome one of our fathers in the faculty who is just coming in, Professor Ewe Akibade. Our Baba today, you are welcome, sir. Yes, I'll hand over the microphone to the representative of the day to give us his own welcome address. Thank
you very much. The dean of the faculty, Professor S.A. Babani in absentia, the head of the department of Animal Nutrition and Biotechnology, the head of the department of Animal Production and Health, our father in the department of Animal Production and Health, Professor A.D. Akibade. I used to call him Baba Z, but now he has become Baba D. Professor O.S. Adediti is my boss. When I say somebody is my boss, do you know what it means? I can tell you, okay, he taught me during my undergraduate days. He was my teacher, is my teacher, and continues to be my my own partner boss too. Our invited guests. Well, this is unavoidably absent, and that's one of the duty of academics. He was on a journey since yesterday to a university for academic program. So he has directed me to represent him. But let me first commend our invited guests. And no, excuse me, listen please, for honoring our invitation. When the invited guest came yesterday, I didn't even know he was the one, but I knew I know him somewhere. I was the first person he approached, and gladly I escorted him to the department. When we go to the department, I got to know he's the one to present the lecture today. So you are welcome, sir. The general manager of the company and team member, you are all welcome. Greatest Nigerian students. Greatest of the greatest Nigerian students. You know I'm part of you. I continue to be part of you. As a former dean of student affairs, the blood you became for. And thank you very much. Well, without wasting much time, the head of the department has spoken, and he has spoken well. And I want to commend him for all these activities since he assumed duty at the head of the department of animal nutrition and biotechnology. He has been doing excellently well. We commend him for that, and we believe that the person that will wear his shoe after he removes it maybe in the next couple of hours will also continue in the spirit of Professor Owojebi. This is the second workshop that the head of the department will be organizing, and I want to believe that we are gaining a lot from it. The last time he organized, I personally gained a lot. Do you know what really happened? When I came here in the morning, I was organizing youth students, but I discovered that I don't have book or pen to jot. Silently, I went back to my office to go and take a jotter, because I know I'm going to gain a lot from this today. So, how much more you students? You have to prepare, to jot, to gain. I want to tell you that this may be a turning point, positive turning point for you today in your life. Because look at the title, recent advances in feed formulation and the prospect of graduate animal scientists in livestock industry. And we are talking to prospective graduate animal scientists, right? Please see that you are going to gain a lot from this. These are people in the industry. You are going out to go to industry. Where are you going from here? You are graduate and become members of the industry. Go to labor market. Labor market is not allowing to anybody. It's not easy. But if you know what you are doing, you are able to get what you're supposed to get at the right time. I want to believe that you will not be part of those that will be looking for a job after leaving this university. By attending this lecture, in addition to what we are teaching you, you are going to be what? Job creator. You are going to be employer of labor. Like Prof said that time, we have a lot of graduates, some of our members, some of our students that graduated here that are doing excellently well in the industry. Not because they are Superman, but because they set the goal right from the beginning. And that's what we want you to gain from here today. Feed industry is so wide that if you are able to plan well, you are going to get your own there. It doesn't take time before you getting the success that you want in the industry. He said I'm a practicing farmer. Yes, go get to my backyard today. I realize you see crops that are planted. I built my house on 4 plots of land. I have 4 plots of land, not 1 plot. So I'm using 3 plots of land for practical agriculture. For what? Practical agriculture. Some of you can visit me You meet my wife is at home. You take you round. So what I'm telling you is not even sufficient. It's not enough in this Nigeria of today. It is not about protesting. No, protest will not assist. Protest will not help. But sit down, sit right, get what you want. It's not about big money. What do I say? Starting small to become big. Starting what? Small to become big. In some of my lectures, I do tell you this. You are animal scientist, you are potential millionaire, you are potential billionaire. And it's very, very easy. Very, very what? Easy. Some of you can buy phones of 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. That phone is even sufficient enough to put up something. Are you with me? I've been telling you this in the class and continue to tell you. Some of you will pick from there. Listen to the guest speaker. Listen attentively. I said it earlier. This is going to be a turning point. What's the turning point? To some of you. Otherwise, I don't want to say the other side of it. But listen very well now. It's not about protest. The economy is bad, the economy is this. Who are those that are making it as bad as the economy is now? They are farmers. Yes. They are what? Farmers. Yes, they are farmers. In my own town, we have a large number of farmers that attended pilgrimage this year. Large number of what? Farmers tó lọ sí Mecca lọ́dún yìí. Àwọn àgbẹ̀ ló pọ̀ dúró mọ́. Yes. Because of what? They took advantage of the economy. Maize continuously increasing every year. Who are those that are selling the maize? Are they not the farmers? What are they using maize for? Is it not food formulation? Are you not graduates? They are going to become graduates. You can see that feed industry, animal industry is so white. So what? So white. If you are able to plant like 20 acres of maize, 25 acres of maize this year alone, you know what they are going to make from it? Land are so cheap in your villages. Land are so what? They are so cheap in your villages. Go and acquire land for practical agriculture as soon as you are concluding your graduate program in the university. Thank you very much and God bless you. I welcome the guest speaker once again. I'm going to sit down quietly and I want to be our students who are going to sit down quietly to enjoy you. Thank you very much and God bless.
Thank you so much. And please a round of applause for Professor Q. and Dean representing the faculty of Agri. Yes, we don't want to waste much time again, but I'm going to explain further of this statement I want to make. The whole essence of today is to make you a professionals and not professors. It's to make you what? Professionals and not what? Professors. If you have heard our HOD, he mentioned that he is not only a professor but a practicing what? Lecturer. Then he also mentioned that he is also a practicing what? And that means even though they are professors, they are also what? Professors are all about books and books and books, but this one is going beyond books. Then you must learn from being a professor, you learn from being, you know book will guide you, but the real money is in where? Is in the industry, practicing it. So on this note, I want to welcome our guest speaker, and I want him, I want to welcome him, but before he moves into his own lecture, we would like to hear about his citation, and I want to introduce Dr. Aruna to come and do justice to that. Thank you.
All protocols duly observed. I'm here to make a citation presentation of Dr. Sunday Adebaju. However, before making the presentation, I'll plead that Dr. Sunday, you stand up and remain standing while I read this citation. Dr. Sunday Wale Adebaju, who was born on February 3rd, 5 decades ago, in Ile-Ife, Osun State, Nigeria, is a distinguished nutritionist and registered animal scientist with over 2 decades of experience in livestock industry. With over 2 decades of experience in livestock industry, his journey in animal science began with early education at Christ Apostolic Church Primary School, Mo, Ife, followed by secondary education at Oduduwa College, Ile-Ife, and Ansarudeen Grammar School, Iloro, Ile-Ife. Dr. Adebaju's pursuit for higher education is remarked by a series of impressive accomplishments. He obtained his Nigeria Certificate in Education, NCE, in Mathematics and Chemistry from Osun State College of Education, Ila, Orogun, in 1992. He then earned his Bachelor of Agriculture with honors degree in Animal Nutrition from University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, the same university I graduated from. Dr. Sunday graduated in the year 2000. That year I left secondary school. His postgraduate study at Obafemi Awolowo, Ile-Ife, resulted in Master of Philosophy of Science, MPhil, in Animal Science, focusing on monogastric nutrition in 2012, followed by a Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Science, specializing in nutritional biotechnology in 2016. That same year, I obtained my master's. Currently serving as head of department, Technology Development at Premier Feed Mills Company Limited in Ibadan. Dr. Adebaju has held various pivotal roles throughout his career. These include positions as nutritionist, technology application manager, field extension specialist, and regional sales executive. His professional journey also includes significant contribution as a regional sales manager at Top Field Nigeria Limited, and as an assistant community development inspector and poultry supervisor at Ife North local government. As a prolific writer and a prolific researcher, Dr. Adebaju has published numerous peer-reviewed articles in reputable journals. His research primarily focused on improving nutrition utilization in livestock, particularly in the area of phosphorus availability and alternative feed ingredients. He has also authored 3 books in agro-care series on poultry and snail business, feed formulation and farm animal and fish farming. An active member of the Nigeria Science Association of Nigeria and the Nigeria Institute of Animal Science, Dr. Adebaju regularly participates in international conferences and workshops. His expertise extend beyond animal nutrition to computer literacy with proficiency in statistical analysis and Microsoft Excel. Dr. Adegbaju's contribution to the field of animal nutrition and livestock industry in Nigeria are both significant and ongoing. His blend of academic excellence, extensive industry experience, and commitment to advancing agricultural practice positioned him as the speaker at this August program of the Department of Animal Nutrition and Biotechnology. On this note, permit me, Chairman sir, permit me to hand over the microphone to Mr. Sunday Adebaju, while Dr. Sunday Adebaju, while he do justice to the topic, recent advances in feed formulation and the prospects of graduates of animal scientists. Welcome, sir, and you have the floor, sir.
Good morning, everyone. With due respect to my teachers, because without my profs, my lecturers that combine together to mold me, I don't think I can get to this level. I was at FUNAB addressing students like this. I told them there was a time I wrote a book on fish farming. One of the lecturers said, but you are not a professional fish, you are not an expert in fish production. I said, sir, Emeritus Professor Otubusi taught us fish farming, and at farmers level, I think I am capable to teach farmer. That is the reason why I was trained. So that prof said, I'm very sorry. Our professor in animal health here will be very happy at your level to assist farmer to treat the animal. To say, Baba, the biosecurity is wrong. Is it not qualified? Is that person not qualified? Because professor has trained that person to handle animal health at that level. So let me tell you, many of us are here now. You think maybe you miss your road. I wanted to go for pharmacy. They said I should go to agri. I wanted to read medicine. They said I should go to agri. And that's what many. Excuse me, can I take another one? So many of you now think maybe it's by coincidence that you are here. I'm here to tell you, to let you know that you have not missed your way. I have a lady in my company, a product of this university, that study food technology. He said, doctor, do you know that when we are in Lautech, we used to think that those people in animal production, that they are just joking. But here they are my ogas. Operation manager the head of operation of my feed mill. Throughout Nigeria, we have about 4 plants. Is a registered animal scientist. See, when we get there, I will show you. So, finding your way here. You know, when Oga was reading my profile, he said, I studied mathematics, chemistry, have you? Yes, but this my Oga, they need mathematics, chemistry in agriculture. That was the reason why they admit, have you? You see, and I'm very good in mathematics, so I'm supposed to be in physics. I'm supposed to be in aeronautical engineering. No, this is where God wants you to be. When Oga was saying it the other time, some of you say, When I was writing those books, feed formulation, poultry, snail farming, it got a stage that I started getting call from the north, from south about those books. Somebody called me, they need 1,000 pieces of snail. So if you can get 1,000 pieces at the farm gate at cheaper rate, and you know how to take care of them, then you sell them off, you make your money. So by being here as an animal science student, a prospective animal scientist, you have never missed your way.
That should be.
Use the hand.
Now, as I've said earlier, my objective is to come here and synthesize you, to encourage you, and to share my experience with my colleague. Sooner or later, you become my colleague. Now, women, ladies, there was a lady that came for interview recently. How many kg of feed will you need to raise one broiler for just 5 weeks and get 2 kg? The lady said 5 kg. I said, what happened? But I went through your CV. You said you did trial in broiler. But do you know that this thing, after graduation, or maybe before graduation, I started learning fashion designing. So that fashion designing law just clear out what my Oga has put in her head. Don't let your own be like that. Even if you are learning fashion designing, this is your work, this is your job, can take you to US. That's taking me there, to Thailand. I'm a farmer's boy. It's because of agri, they took me to UAE, to Thailand, to US. I'm a poor boy. My uncle know they help me. Don't put your trust in your uncle. Yes. Believe in what this our Oga, they have taught me. It's enough for you to go to anywhere. So, to encourage you and show you the way. Prospect of graduate animal scientist, if you have your bachelor, be agreed. That qualifies you to work in the industry. If you know what you are doing, you see, then another thing, maybe I might forget. Don't use your phone to be watching dancing. Use it to watch your area of specialization. What are the new things? My father will say, if you choose dancing as your what? As your profession, you must dance to the level that people say, say you don't know let your own agriculture get to that level. I spoke with one of my Oga, MD of livestock. He said he has a boy that studied genetics. Now the boy said, Daddy, you see the way people are buying egg now, and you see guinea pig, they need to give back to us. offspring. Why can't somebody leave the gene? Baba said, don't let's get to that level. You can see how the level at which that guy is thinking. Then there's another guy, undergraduate though, he designed a device that you put in the pond. You know it's not easy for you to count the number of fish unless you want to destroy and check. That device will tell you, once somebody is there, you will see it on your app that something is happening in your pond. It's undergraduate. This is your field of animal science. Think very well and provide solution to farmer. And you see, money will come. So, if you now decide to read to master's level, get your PhD, you can work in research institute. And after working, you can become, my father said, prof. So it is now left for you to decide, where are you going? Now, where are those places, where you can get opportunity? You know, when we were in the university, first degree, we were only thinking of, okay, when I graduate, there are farms. We don't even know that there are companies producing feed. We think everything is on the farm. So, in feed milling company like Top Feed, Premier Feed Mill, Olam, Agbar, Happy Chicken, Livestock Feed, PS, and we have so many now in the industry. And they need somebody that have this knowledge, that will not go to farmer and say, Baba, continue feeding. No. Nutrition has got to the level that you reduce feeding. It has got to the level that you use precision. When I enter farm, I want to ask the farmer, how much are you spending on each of the bed? Not how many bags you are using. Though in extension they talk to us. Because some farmer will not want to tell you the number of beds on the farm. I mean, we Westerners here. That's the reason why we don't have enough researchers to here. They will not want to tell you the number of beds, and you want to assist them. Government want to assist us. How many beds you have? They say, I have 4. So, you ask the farmer, how many grams are you giving to your bed per day? Not how many bags of feed. Because that 20 bags of feed, maybe about 2, has gone. It's not getting to the bed. So, you can also work in farms. We have a Janla farm, Passenger farm, Zapeg, and so on, Zaid farm, and so many premium farms in Abuja, and Kalasika farm. There are many. Then why are we now saying animal scientists, we are looking for jobs? There is a farm in Ogun State, almost 100% capacity. Do you know that they don't have just single one resident bed. They don't have any single one animal scientist. But they are getting their results. They are not getting results. You can't use civil engineer to work on the farm. You need a resident bed and an animal scientist that completes your system. So, then breeder and hatchery. You can also work there. We have breeder supervisor, we have the general supervisor. You see, there are a lot of things there. They also sex the birds. Is it a layman that will do that? No. Then the breeding self. How you feed your breeder is not like your commercial layer. They must have different feeders. And if you're not an animal scientist that has gone through the training, you may not be able to. Some farmers will say, they used to say, I Google to get the solution. I said, there was a time I Google. And as I was driving like this, I got to a level the operators excavate. the bridge. So same thing with farmers at Google. And I used to tell them, as I have my PhD now, if somebody have problem in the law court, and I say because I'm a learned person, I will now Google Constitution. I will now go and Google Constitution, and I say my laws are no. So if you Google my nutrition, feed formulation, animal health, as a farmer, you will fail. There was a time I told my GM sales and marketing. I said, oh guys, you can buy software now. You can use software now. But you will get to a level where you need that knowledge of animal scientists, nutrition. You don't know, we are going to talk about that. Don't let me waste much time there. Then, feed additive company, premix, that are very, very essential. Many of us think the way we mix maize and soya and other ingredients, that's the way they produce premix. It also has, and it's animal scientists that can understand that language. So you can also work there. We have agroberics, we have entropy, we have a chemical industry, and so many. We also have international, we have some of our guys, animal scientists, that are representatives of those international companies. Then why are you now saying that it's not job? Then, as an individual, like I said the other time, when I started my own journey, I said, okay, people, that was the time they were selling this at the park, current affairs. I know our guy will remember when they used to say current affairs at the park, okay, sit and capital, this. They don't sat down. They said, I've learned so many things in the university. Why can't I bring those knowledge down to a layman's level and prepare a pamphlet? Some people think once you see white bird, they are broiler. So some people think bird can lay more than one egg in a day. So I bring this thing down. I brought it down into pamphlet. Then I started selling it. I know many of you will laugh. I did myself first, when they ask you to do some courses and you are doing it, I did marketing. They taught us that you have a product, you do the market survey first before you take your product to the market. I took those books to the market for this market survey. I discovered that if I meet 100 people on the road, maybe one or two will have that interest. Then I move again, and I discovered that if you go to feed me, you go to vet shop, almost 100%. Anybody that enter vet shop and see, feed formulation, say, okay, give me that book. That was how I started selling to Port Harcourt, to dogs. Then money have value. Do you know that with 200 naira book, I gained 40,000. Then year 2000, I gained 40,000 from just saying, okay, I got your fish rearing book. I want to buy fingerling or juvenile. I'm in Asaba. I said, no problem. Mere connecting people that have juvenile catfish to those people, I gained my 40K. Then with that book, I met NGO. The NGO, the head of the coordinator of our NGO said, Mr. Man, can you be our resource person? I joined. Then presentation like this, I get 10K, 2000, year 2000. 10K then, and now, what is the value? It will be almost 500,000. So, see what you are saying. This, our guy, our prof, they have packed so many things in your head. So if you lose it, Well, so we have opportunity to work in a food additive company, then pharmaceutical company, those that sell animal drugs. Process, if you have a pharmaceutical company as a vet, and you want to employ your sales rep, you employ somebody that read civil engineering or animal science. You will employ animal science. I was discussing with one of my colleagues, a vet doctor. He came to my place. He said, who is the vet here? I said, it's animal scientist. He said, the vaccine. Well, I said, but I study the science of vaccine. We are professional. So, my prof will prefer somebody that have knowledge that graduated, that who is an animal scientist, as compared to even furniture making. So, please, opportunities we have in pharmaceutical company, we have Adamo, we have Animal Care, we have Ejubali, and so many other. Do you know that there are even local, let me say domestic pharmaceutical now for even poultry? And you see those people in more plantation, OND, they are making use of that opportunity. They are working for these people. They collect from different companies, they distribute. So don't just say, hey, no work for Nigeria. You are deceiving yourself. You have also opportunity to work in the research institute. IITA, Hillary Institute, we have colleges and even university. Animal scientists have opportunity there. Then, government regulatory body. I have so many colleagues in the house. NAFTA, they are teach. I was a prof. Speak people, I was in that in NAFTA. It's a registered animal scientist. Director. NAFTA code. So who now tell you that animal science is just a course? No. We are competing with doctor. And let me tell you, if you know what you are doing, you will have even first degree doctor of veterinary medicine. But if you are in the same degree, if you are not careful, people will recognize you more than you. That's the reason why I said, if you are dancing, you have to dance as if you have never danced before. Processing plants too. We have Said Farm, we have Zatek, we have. Do you know that we have some people that are not animal scientists? They are processing answer. I mean, and our prof taught us how to process. You put your certificate, you put your brain inside cupboard, then you start yahooing. People saw what you packing, what you call it. Yoruba will say, you have never used cutlass to cut a palm tree. You have never used catapult to, and you are expecting water to come down. They say, my Bitcoin has reached this. They will do like this. Wasting their precious life. That data, the data you are supposed to use to talk on the recent happening in nutrition, in recent happening in animal reproduction, and animal health. You are using that data to pick, what do you call it? To tap. I saw it for you. So, these are the list, even as, let me say, registered by Nigerian Institute of Animal Science. We have hybrid feed, we have ground flower feed, we have Olafe, we have livestock feed, we have Brazilian feed, we have CHI farm, we have Zatek, and so many. See, you can see the list. Then who is now telling you there is no job? In the industry. See, Kama, these are the people that produce happy chicken, Grand City, Fanta feed, farm support. They are there in Ibadan. They sell feed, they have breeder farm, they have commercial farm. So, a lot of opportunity. See, a lot of opportunity. So the prospect for animal scientists now in my own industry, like feed milling industry, where can you locate yourself? Operation. That is those people that handle. Operation. These are the people that handle production, the intake of raw material, the grinding, the storing in the silo, from the silo to grinder, from the grinder to the weighing scale, from weighing scale to the batteries, then the production. Now, as an animal scientist, you have opportunity to be plant operation manager. Our present plant operation manager is an animal scientist, registered animal scientist. Number 2, production manager. The man that man what the nutritionist sends to them in the control room. It's okay, that supervisor, those supervisor, the operator, all those kind of things. And all the activities in the plant is production manager. Then production supervisor. You as an animal scientist, you have opportunity to be production supervisor either for poultry line or for fish feed line. You know, it's not the same line that we use to produce fish feed line. Feed and poultry, cattle and co. You know, cattle still use pellets. Then control room operator. The people that will input all what the nutritionist has sent to them, they are the one that will input it. So somebody that is not animal scientist and you see biotin, what do you put? You think. When you see fish meal, you know that if you miss one, you know the implication because we have been taught. If the premise is not there, if you see, even if mistake come from nutritionist, you as a person in control room must know that how can premise be 5 kg? You know, I mean 5%. So you can easily, quickly call the nutritionist that, oh, something happened, but company that employ just anybody, then they miss what? Anything. So somebody in the control room, then production planner. We have layer mash, we have layer pellet, we have grower combo, we have pelletized grower, we have spasata crumble, we have mash. Which one are we producing first? Is the production planner. Then the bagging line supervisor. I used to ask my people that those people at the bagging line, what is their qualification? Who is supervising them? Somebody that will see that, oh, the color of the feed coming up is somehow brown, and suddenly the thing gets to black. You know, as a professional, if you are not your United, you have to call your supervisor, or the supervisor just say, okay, there is a place where you just press the button, the operation must stop, that something is happening. But if you don't have a qualified person and animal scientist there, what will happen? So the role also is there for animal scientists. Then add hand intake. Not all operations that may be automated. The premise, and they are the most essential one. There are some companies that have combined premise, there are some that have separate premise based on their management. So if you will now put somebody to be supervising people here, instead of putting minerals and vitamins, they put only one bag because the bag have the same color. You see, you can see why you are relevant. So you have that role to play. Then the control room, I told you the other time, this is where the man or the sister will sit and input and start watching what is going on. Is that mixer move? Is it working as designed? Then is there any cross contamination? This computer will tell you. You will see, just see red. So it means animal scientists, you are always ready to be there too. So then, even in the feed mill too, in that feed mill, a role for animal scientists too. We have nutritionists, we have formulator, we have technology application manager, we have technology application officer, we have quality control and assurance manager, we have quality assurance officer in the mill and in the lab. Then we have quality control, Then we have laboratory assistant. Then we have quality assurance assistant. People that move, collect sample, take it to the lab. All these roles are for them and for you people. Then, technology deployment. For example, in our own company, we do run trial. Because we don't just produce feed and push it out. And if at all, if there is any complaint too, there was a woman that complained that, oh, my birds are dying, it is because of your feed. We said, okay, bring sample about 2 or 3 bags of that feed. Then we start chatting, showing the birds, eating that feed. They are not dying. Your farm gets problem. So we send the technology deployment manager there. Can be animal scientist or a vet. So they will now go and solve the problem. We have for aqua, we have for poultry. Then we have technology deployment officer too. Under we have national deployment technology deployment manager. We have technology per region. Then we have technology deployment officer working under the technology deployment reporting to him. Then, in sales and marketing too, who will be the first candidate to work, to sell poultry feed, to sell pig feed? Who, among animal scientists and others? The first candidate is animal scientist. And you can go to head of sales. But let me tell you, I said it. If you want to dance, you dance as if you never danced before. If you want to enter sales, if you want to grow in sales, you must also do your MBA. That is the only way you get to the top. You can still get to regional manager. But this place, it's like the technology deployment. If animal scientists want to head that department as I'm doing now, I must have my PhD. Because industry, they want TR. So is the end of technology deployment. So which means if you want to dance, you dance well. You dance and sweat. You read out your book to that level. So these are also opportunity for animal scientists. You can be a brand officer, you can be brand analyst, you can be brand manager, you can be sales operation officer, you can be sales operation manager, you can be sales representative, you can be sales representative, you can be area sales manager. That was introduced the last time, the registered animal scientist. Oh, gas, Abi? Okay, you are still gas. It will soon migrate after 5 years. So now let's move to recent advances in feed formulation. I know our Oga, they taught us a lot, so I will not waste much time on some of the story. So let's look at feed formulation. It's just a process by which different feed ingredients they are being combined in a proportion that they provide the animal with the required nutrients. And we are taught that there are so many methods. We have Pearson square, we have try and error, we have 2x2, we have stochastic, then we have linear programming. The linear programming is now the one in trend now that we even have a software. Commercial feed formulation is typically based on linear programming. And this derives a least cost solution to a blend of ingredients that meet specific nutrient requirements. But this has been in the system. This software, we have been using it in the industry. But the industry, there's a kind of concern. The concern to achieve the primary goal of sustainable livestock production. This linear programming process is of greater concern because is your formulation, what you are formulating, is it considering the environment? You know, in the past, you just formulate, send it to feed me, The excess phytic acid, the phytic acid that have excess binded phosphorus, when that thing gets into the industry, into the environment, what is it? Is the environment benefiting from it? When I did my proposal then, sir, and I said I wanted to work on phosphorus, the utilization of phosphorus, that I discovered that from the field experience, farmer will just buy BDG, put salt, put it on the ground, wheat over, mix it, give it to the animal. The phytic acid there that binded the phosphorus, what will happen when the animal consumes? The thing will go to the what? To the environment. And you have algae bloom. The sheep will not be able to move. Then the aquatic animal too, they will also have problem about their breeding when you have many algae. One of our prof asked me, said, this is your proposal. Do you think we have this type of problem in this side of the world? I said, okay, are we going to wait until when we have that type of problem before providing solution? No. So the nutritionist, the current trend is you look at what is the impact of what you are, all the raw material you are combining. What is the impact on the environment? Then on the economy. You know, even the environment is polluted, the economy is also affected. And even the social structure is also being disturbed. For example, when we are building our ingredient matrix. Matrix means if this is maize, what are the nutrient profile? In the past, we go and sit down with table. Maize is 10%. This moisture is no. In a truck like this, you can get maize of 7% moisture. In a truck like this same truck, you can get maize of 12% moisture. Do you know that the current imported maize that we have now is 14% moisture? So somebody will now go to table, Premier Nutrition table. It's okay, maize is 10%. Now put it in your software. No. So when you are building your ingredient matrix for feed formulation, you have to consider variability. Within a truck like this, our people are too wicked. Inside maize, we see goat species. So you are going, like we used to say in the past, you are going into the world, our prospective animal scientists, and you are likely to be one of the nutritionists in Akwa Ibom, like my Professor Ojebi, and you are fortunate. Are you going to be calling Oga? Oga, I want to formulate layer. How can we do it, sir? No. So, we as nutritionists, prospective nutritionists, we have to look at what is we have to consider the variability of your raw materials. And when you are talking about linear programming, you know that one, the linear programming is not considering that variability. So that makes you to always check the sample. Even some in developed country now, they have developed machine. There is one near infrared spectrophotometer that monitor each stages. We call it online. That at each stages, because there may be contamination, where you are inputting, directing the system to dose maize. If there is mechanical issue and that maize and soya is still dosed, you have already inputted 400 kg maize, and you now give that instruction for your system again to dose maize. You have dosed maize and you have to dose soya, and you have programmed everything. Instead of maize coming into the system, soya enter. Maize again. Instead of soya, maize enter again. If you don't have online monitoring, then your formulation is just paper. It's just paper. So a nutritionist must also follow the trend in the production system. You must know what is happening there. Do you know that the protein content of fine powder of feed that you produce, you have fines. That's when you grind it to the final and pellet. Do you know that the protein of pellet is higher than that same feed that you produce that is fine? From research. And even the pellet will make all the nutrients more available to your animal than that your fine, because even the bird may not be able to pick that fine at a time. So nutritionists must watch variability. Then the linearity, we call it linear programming. Now, is everything that you are programming into your production, are they what? Are they linear? Mathematically, all the constraints used to formulate diet using linear programming are assumed to be linear. That is not 100% true. The measurement of feed density also is not what? It is not additive. Because the linear programming assume that everything is linear, everything is additive. It's not totally true. Look at this particle now. Sorry. Look at this. Are you saying all of them, they are the same level? If your birds start picking them now, are they going to pick them at the same, all the nutrients? When you continue adding it, my bros, what will happen? It's not linear. So, as a nutritionist, when you are designing your formulation, it's not like before, that you just write paper and throw it to the production floor. So, as much as you are adding, it's not linear. Then, at higher level of nutrition, you can see the contribution decline. So you can see even the response of enzyme is not what? It's not also linear. Like this man has really worked. I've come across his work even when I was doing this phosphorus work. You see, it's not also linear. Then practically, nutritionist we need to know the energy and let me say the general nutrient level of the ingredients you are producing and what you expect to get at the end of the day. Not as say, it should be broiler is 23% protein. Okay, I will formulate that. Is that 23% protein getting to the final product? You can see the formulation as where you have to look at it very, very well. Then there's always change. You see, in available protein and energy when you have a lot of variation.
You cannot say the formulation I will do with imported maize that have 14% protein, 40% moisture. Now, it's that same one I will design for our local maize that have variation. They get from Okeogun, they get from Utonu, they get from this. Even in a truck, you have about 20 batches there. So that means every hour, your henna you must be working to know whether what you have formulated is bringing out result. If not, you are just old school nutritionist. Then dealing with variability, in fact, is a serious issue. Do you know that ingredient variability for the ingredient variability account for almost 20 or 25% of the finished product variability? Variability of raw material. So if you produce this one batch and you send it to one farm A, if you are not careful to adjust your recipe or to check your matrix again, and you produce with that same formula to another batch B, you are sending different feed. I think you are following. So, though it's hard to measure, but simple formulation, and even do you know that even simple formulation, even when you are doing it, you are supposed to type 0.1 and you add 0.1.2. You have produced another feed entirely. So you as prospective nutritionist, because many of you go and serve now and they don't have nutritionists in that farm. You are from Latin. I know Professor Ojebi, I know Professor Ege, I know Professor this. They taught you now. Oh yeah, start. You know, you get to a place you will not have any choice. There was a case, I was called. Then I was teaching. Somebody called me that OAU Teaching Hospital Cooperative Society. They want people that will come and train them on what they can invest on. And they have invited one share broker, or what do you call them? The share. No, the share that you can invest in share. Yeah. So they invited that person. Now say they want me to come and teach them oil palm plantation. Now let me tell you the secret. I think it's part 4 that separates also.
Yes.
Abi?
Yes.
Don't deceive yourself. Don't waste your opportunity. I'm an animal scientist now. I can now work in broad farm. You are not taught. Then I quickly something just struck my mind. I used to even teach students oil plantation every town. Then I went to my system. I gathered this thing. When I got there, I said, my mommy and daddy. That was the year when share crash. It was after that year. I said, if you invest in what I'm teaching you now, oil palm plantation, even if fire enter, the fire will enter and go out. I said, come I will not say your share. Do you know after about 2 years, that was when a year, that was when the thing crashed. Share. But those people that planted oil palm, they will be praying for me now. So don't lose the opportunity when you get to the field. You are being taught all these things. You know, I was telling my bro the other time that I wrote book. I was teaching people how to fish. Fish farming. One prof challenged me, said, "Are you a specialist in fish?" I said, "Professor Tubusi, emeritus professor in." He taught me fish farming, and at this level, I can teach farmer. We have been taught even food tech here. Food technology, we didn't do course with them because we did courses with food tech.
FST 201.
Yes. Do you know when during my journey, I prepared soya milk. Yes, before I was able to locate my journey, I prepared about 3 or 4 samples. I called people to come and taste it. Before I was able to locate where I am going. So the variability in the ingredient can also affect your final product. Then this linear programming, is it considering when you are formulating the business model used for any livestock production system also has a direct bearing on the feed formulation philosophy. You have different business models. For example, we have integrator. Integrator are these people that produce feed. They have breeder. They have what's it called? They aggregate farmers and they process. So this model is targeting even the end product. So its own formulation is not like a feed seller, because they should formulate feed that will make the bird to get to their final stage at a particular stage, and they must have the same size. Why? In processing, there is a particular size that can enter the processing machine. So if you now, as a nutritionist, you design your own feed that we have some shootout, you have some then we have appliers and so on and so forth. It will not work. So as nutritionist, you must design your feed based on the business model. Then look at the second model, independent feed miller, like commercial people that sell feed. As a nutritionist in this company, you require a strict cost approach and a high degree of commercial awareness. In the sense that as I'm producing feed as K international feed mill, B international feed mill, I must be watching the price. My own feed must not be too high or too low. And as a nutritionist, it must meet the animal requirement. That is this trend with this business model. It's different from this one. This one, they are targeting the processing product, end product. So if there is even a high price or any high in the cost of production, you can add that to the final product and sell. So there's no fear to use the best of the best. We are professional. We have to tell ourselves the real thing that's happening. So you cannot. In commercial, your formulation must be as somebody sitting on the fence. Meaning that's the reason why we have technology deployment manager. Even our area manager used to go to farm and say, farmer, if we ask you to feed 112 gram, it must be 112 gram. There must be no waste as independent feed miller nutritionist. Then on-farm business model. This is another business model that you must consider in your program, in your linear programming system software. In this case, they are subsistence farmer They are not looking for 2 kg at 5 weeks. I mean, they are designing, they are raising their own chicken. Even at times they give them local raw material. So they are not fully intensive. So in this case, you as a formulation, a nutritionist in this place, you must know the goal of this model. So you cannot say you bring formula. Somebody said he brought formula from his former place of work and he wants to use it on his farm. The thing didn't work, oh. It will not work because the design, the business model differs. Then the field formulation software is at the heart of all business models, which means profit maximizing technique may be more appropriate for integrator than in the case of other business models. So you see, when you are saying least cost formulation, the recent advances has gone beyond least cost. You can't go to the industrialists and start telling them least cost. They want more profit. Profitable, profit maximization. Don't get them I can provide it. If it is least cost, can it give me profit? So in that case, you must make sure that you know the model, the business model of where you are working as a nutritionist. Then the least linear programming, another thing you have to look at that this linear programming, is it considering the specific, the feed specification? What do I mean? Now, how do I mean feed specification? Do you know that most of the feed formulator, like this, I will call them feed formulator, they are not nutritionists. What they do is they just get or download spec. You cannot say API gene or highlight that the formula they use to produce feed for their bed there is the one you will now copy and use here. But many of us, not us, formulators, because they are not registered animal scientists. They are quack. You just say, I will download. So if you download, you will enter gutter. Yes. So the specification, feed spec used by any formulation should be reconsidered as poultry genotype evolve. Do you know that our environment can change the genetic makeup, or let me say the expression of a particular breed? So you must formulate your ration. Not that they send fresher cattle down to us and we still ask them to give us formula. Are we using the same raw material? No. So the trend is now to look at what you have. Then you have to now know what to do. So most of the recommendation from Google may not work in the industry. You have to adapt. Just like one of my profs said in the Atoyi, he said, you see Adebayo, we lay the foundation here. But when you people get out to, you develop yourself. And the foundation is very, very important. If there is no foundation, the house will collapse. But it's because this prof, the foundation they are giving us now, many of us say, hey, when they are talking, when elders are sitting down like this, what they will see is father and you using that ladder. Try. Then for the little time that you still have on this campus, you will know 1 or 2 persons that are good in one area. Tap them. All the knowledge I have, I tap. When we are in the classroom like this, and Professor Ojebi is saying the formulation of this is this, and you see when you weigh this, some of them will say, well, we are so far. Because during our own age, during our own time, there are some that come from with HND. that wants degree by all means then. So they say, when we are in so farm, this is how we used to do it. And we mark that person. After the presentation, the lecture, I go and say, Uncle, how do you do that thing in that your farm? You can be a farmer, even in the rural area. I say, how? If you have bedroom scale, I say, and pay, with what? Survey. You don't become a feed miller in the bush like that. I say, So with ordinary bedroom scale, you just come to the town to buy your premise. You have maize there, you have cassava there, you have soya there. Then you continue as a feed miller in that rural town. There's some remote, there's some area that the children there, they never see car like this. One of my friends went to serve in Bayelsa, inside water, and he was giving an example. He said, how many of you have seen lorry before? He said, just one person raised and said, I saw lorry when I followed my mama go Port Harcourt. Yes. So what will happen when you get to that type of place to go and serve? I know some people will say, God forbid, but it may be. Then you have opportunity. How many of you, please, I want to ask a question. How many of you here, not my oga, can raise broiler for just 4 weeks? Raise up your hand. Broiler, for just 4 weeks. Guy. See professional future animal scientist. Now, listening is not too late. Hello? Do you know that it's not too late? How much is cockerel now? The old cockerel is very, very cheap as compared to broiler. I can advise you. Go and buy 50. Go and buy 50 and raise it to 4 weeks. The first time I did big bed was after my graduation. The first time I did big bed and I saw blood, I was not able to sleep from night till morning. So it's better to do it now. Do you know that some people have raised? I know of a lawyer that OND is now a lawyer, and he trained himself with 4 weeks old broilers and cockerel. After raising them to 4 weeks, we carry this thing, go to the market and sell. After you see, before you know it, the man graduated as a lawyer. And those people in the market, they now saw him in the federal high court. Some of them say, no, it's not. And you know this, you know money now. As a lawyer, when the man don't go court, the man say carry this thing, go to the village. Then but I tell you, we saw you at the high court, you see, if somebody that has never passed through animal science studies like yourself can raise himself with money from 4 weeks old pets and become a lawyer, then if you just go out and you are doing nothing and still complaining, God will not want to slap you. And they have been doing that. So if you now go out and start telling people there is no job, I pity you. As I'm here now, I have pig farm, I have bird, I have fish. Are you going to sleep with them? No. Being an animal scientist, you have never missed your road. People are struggling to come in, struggling to get knowledge from us. But many of you now, you are now doing tap. God will help you. So, when we have talked on sustainability, and we know I think I've shared more on it. So you can see the advancement now that with small input, you can get what you need. If you consider, when you take sustainability into your formulation, you can see your output from less feed, from less water, then you get a better feed conversion. Then we have talked much. This is just one of the studies we also suggest that formulating swine diet based on standardized total tract digestibility. Many of us now we just do digestibility study, apparent digestibility. In this case, we did total tract, standardized total tract, tract digestibility. Which means you must also consider that what you are taking out as your fecal sample is not only coming from what? It's not only coming from the digested feed. Some of the particles from even from the GIT also come, and they are also proteinous. They are also protein. So if you are now saying the total apparent total, and you are not removing the intestinal, the total tract residue there, we are not formulating right. I know my guy will understand that well. So we need to be aware of shortcoming of, generally we need to be aware of the shortcoming of this our linear programming. Place ourselves at the center as a nutritionist. You must see that now it's not like in the olden days that you just get formula and give it to production manager. You must look at what is happening. Is your formulation, there is a meeting that we used to do. The area sales manager, the technology sales development manager, we used to do that meeting. We call it design and conformity in our company. It's what we design, is it conforming to the design? It's what is happening on the field. Is it conforming to what we have designed? So, as a nutritionist, our future nutritionist, you must make sure that what you are designing, you follow it to the latter, to the end. Then, nutrient-driven formulation technology, that is what the trend is moving through now. That we make sure that the many of our customers, they will tell us that we don't see soya, there's no maize there. No, we used to tell them that we sell nutrients, we are not selling raw material. It's the combination of those nutrients that give you results. So animal utilize nutrients, not raw material. So, and nutritionists must also consider that this raw material that you are putting into your formulation, into your formula, how many quantity of that nutrient can that raw material provide? Now, let me tell you another thing. Do you know that processing of raw material has effects on the nutrient available? Let me use PKC. Solvent extraction. Every one of us, we have gone through that class now. Solvent extraction and hydraulic press processing in PKC. The result of the PKC, are they the same? No. The solvent will extract more as many as quantity. In what? In the PKC. Why the hydraulic will still remain some fats. So in that case, when you are formulating your own ration and you are using PKC, are you telling me that PKC and say you need to know the nutrient composition of that your PKC? Same thing with beauty waste. There are some that are processed through enzyme. There are some that are processed through maybe soaking. There are some that are processed through acid. So what will be the end product? So you cannot just buy raw material and put it in the system. Then you run from our own system now. We run from the laboratory. From laboratory we collect our sample to the lab where we have wet chemistry and NIR to get the nutrients we want, and that form our database. That database, that is the nutrient matrix of each ingredient, are now being inputted into another software which we call EcoAdvice. That EcoAdvice will now analyze this thing out, give you the appropriate amino acid, the group protein, everything. That is when you can now put that data into your formulation software. So, what I'm saying is that best management practices in formulation technology this day, we have to be consistent. Your product must be consistent. The matrix must be consistent. Then you have to consider the variability of your raw material and as well as your feed quality too. And you have to also monitor the end product, the performance. Also, you have to, also optimizing feed costs for profit and performance is another issue, and not looking at the least cost, as I've said earlier. Then the risk management also, as a nutritionist, you don't say, because I'm not the quality control, then I must formulate anyhow. You must know the toxicity level of the raw material that you want to input into your system. Then there is another model which is we call a deep protein model, where amino acid, then the better digestibility, the better water. In the case of fish, you don't produce feed that will pollute the pond. Now let me tell you, I don't think we have more aqua feed nutritionists in the industry. So you are the one that will go there and become nutritionist for aqua people, fish farming, fish feed. So you must not produce feed that will pollute what? That will pollute water. Meaning that you must follow this ideal protein. It's a digital app by ADM. I know I don't know ADM now. By ADM. So if you now input that is what you will do for all your ingredients. And this now, you now calculate. See, after entering the proximate analysis sample, you calculate and the result will come out in this form. You can see the crude protein, everything will come out. Let's move forward. So, this is how the thing look like, the software. So you will input the data, into raw material library of your software, formulation software. You know, we have moved from NR to the Eco Advice software, then now into your formulation. Formulation software. You now put for maize, for soya, for even methylene, for everything. Even for your enzyme. You will put everything there before you can now put it into our formulation package. So here now you can see this is a layer mash, and you can see we have maximum for this ingredient. So if by mistake you input anything that is more than the level for your rice bran in that formulation, the thing will not move. It will not work. If there is any place here, this molasses, that you put anything, you can see it's already 2.5. I mean, you can see. So it will not move and it will not work because we have already set maximum. And in this case, minimum. You know, crude soya oil too. Anything less than this, it will also not move. So, before I run everything, I close everything up, we have something that you must also do as a nutritionist that you must monitor. That is a dosing accuracy check. Dosing accuracy check. Okay, what is the meaning of dosing? When you dose, what is the meaning? Come and tell us. No idea. Anybody with idea? Dosing. When you are dosing ingredient, what is the meaning? What is the meaning of dosing? When you dose. You are measuring it and you are putting it there. I think you are getting me. There is something we call dosing accuracy check that is also computerized. You as a nutritionist, the current trend is you must follow it. At times maybe methylene is supposed to be 10%. And when you observe, when you check your system, maybe it's 20%. That is overdosing. And it's going to affect, though it's going to affect the company in terms of the cost. The farmer will, even it's going to affect the environment because the waste is going to go out. So you have to monitor that. Even, do you know that limestone too? You have to also check. Then the premise, maybe your premise is 0.2%. And when the machine is working, it's dosing 1%. or dosing, not dosing at all. So you, as a modern nutritionist, you must always check that dosing accuracy check. And another thing is, you must also check the uniformity, the mixing uniformity. How do you check that? You collect sample, that one you can also check in the lab to know. And our major target is the result, in most cases, to check if the thing is moving. Because if there is no proper mixing and you formulate data, you formulate your diet in your office as a nutritionist, and when the thing gets to the your bed, your metaline that's supposed to be even is here, and your bed is eating here, so you have not produced anything. So as a future nutritionist that I will be expecting very, very soon, so I wish you all
another round of applause for our guest speaker. Okay. Yes, we've had for like an hour. He's been saying something, teaching us, giving us a lot of things, and here is the time for feedback. The priority will be given to our students. You must ask compulsorily. You just have to ask what is not clear to you, then to others. And I want you to, if you have any query, any question, any clarification, you still want our guest speaker to make, please, I want you to raise up your hands now. If you have any question, raise up your hand. I want to give number. Yes, I've seen one hand. I'm expecting more. I'm expecting more. I'm expecting more. I'm expecting more. Do you want to tell me everything he has said here, you got them all? Yes, second person. I don't want you to think before you raise up your hands now. If you have any area of clarification, is here to do that. Yes, we have three among lecturers who started seeing hands. So please, we already have three now. I will give microphone. Hello, who is the person? That's one. Two, then Doctor. Okay, three. Then four. Are you also raising up your hands? Okay. Number one, please come. Then number two, come closer. Number three, please. We want to get all the questions, then we will respond to them all.
My first question is that. Okay, I used to hear about people saying that we should fortify our feet when we get them, like the feet we buy, that we should fortify it. Reason being that it is possible that the root protein, the percentage root protein in the feet, that everything might not be digestible, and also for certain weight gain in the bed. So let's say, for example, now in 6 weeks I'm hoping to achieve 3 kg. Okay, in 6 weeks I'm hoping to achieve 3 kg and above in my brother, and I'm fortifying my feed for that. Is that reasonable? Is that reasonable? That's one. And number two, I heard you mentioned molasses in your feed formulation. So I want to ask how you use molasses. Because molasses I know actually is liquid kind of. So I want to ask how you use molasses in your feed. And also, thirdly, feed expenses is now very high. It's very, very high. So I want to ask what the feed millers are doing to help us in our feed conversion ratio, in the sense that when we buy, okay, let's say for example now, for me to raise 50 birds, maybe I need 13 to 16 bags of feed. Now I want to ask that, is there anything the feed millers are doing to because of the expense now, is there anything they are doing to reduce the quantity I will be needing, and at the same time I will be getting a higher result regardless of the lesser feed I'm now getting? Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity. My question is not much. My question is about how do we detect the level of toxicity in the feed? Like, some feed are already contaminated. So, how that this feed, okay, let me discard it, or what other means can we employ to know the level of toxicity in the feed? And also, you were explaining about feed constituents. How do we examine the level of maybe amino acids within another constituent of feed? Like the methods to examine the level of nutrients in a particular feed and the level of toxicity. That's my question.
Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate you, sir. My question is not this. My question is that, are you still selling the food? Like, how can we get it? Because I would like to learn more from this, sir.
About the toxicity in the feed. So, what are the corrections and how do we make the corrections?
Thank you, our today's teacher. We appreciate your teaching. But I want to ask one particular question because it's the recent experience that I've gotten on the farm. Now, when you are happy as a farmer that you are making money, let's assume you just go to the feed mill, you formulate your diet. Most of the time, I formulate my diet. And you start selling your egg, thinking that, especially now, thinking that you are making gain. By the time you get back to the feed mill, no matter the extent, the quantity that you produce, you discover that the quantity, the money you think you make, you will spend it on the field again, and it's occurring. Let's assume that you produce at a particular price now, and you sell your egg at that particular price, thinking that you are saving enough. When you now get to the feed mill, the price of meal has changed. Now, how do you cope as a feed miller? Do you experience the same thing? And if you experience the same thing, how do you make your own money?
Let me start from where that is the essence of these recent advances. The agriculture now is agribusiness. A farmer must follow trend. I was in America. This farmer, they follow trend. They know the interest in the bank. Even when you get to the farm, you will see 2022, 2023 best award farmer. There's a relationship between the financial institution and even the farmer. So as farmer, you must people that do forest. What do? They follow what? Trend. So until farmer also follow trend. Until when we make farming to be agribusiness. So you don't just formulate feed and just go home and sleep. You must monitor what is happening. That is the best answer to that. Then, what are we doing when the feed keep on increasing? A lady asked that question in the industry to get a better feed conversion ratio. That is what I've been doing. I've been telling you from the beginning. This man, nutritionist, must make sure that he's not using paper matrix. He's not using Google metrics. He's using the actual metrics of the raw material that enter the farm, the company. And not only entering the company, the one that enter the mixer. Before you mix. You know, now we deal with digestible energy. Huh? We deal with digestible amino acid. Not the what? Not the protein. If you use protein, you will know it's like you are playing gamble. How many percent of that protein is available to your parents? Some people used to say this is our technology development for aqua. They used to ask him, what is the crude protein of your fish feed? Crude protein of my fish feed. I can formulate, okay, we want 50%. I can cut grass. I know some grass that have higher crude protein, but they are not available. They are not digestible. I can collect all those things and make your 50%. So you buy my feed, but when you buy my feed, will you come back again? Because the fish will not perform. Because the protein you see there is not digestible, it's not utilizable. So what we are doing as industry, now, we are also investing a lot of money. The software I mentioned the other time, millions of naira, to make sure that we get accurate nutrients available to your beds. And that's the reason you don't just go out and start buying any feed. You go for top feed. That is more digestible. Then the level, okay, he also mentioned molasses. Then he mentioned something about fortification. You know, we use inorganic acid. And there are some other products that we use to sterilize our our feed, so that it will be it will be safe from salmonella, it will be mold free. But I used to tell farmers that when somebody sell water resistant wristwatch for you, it's not now saying that you should take that wristwatch and put it inside well and say I want to check. So if you don't keep those feet well, because of even technology now, our feet are more fragile. Not the one you just keep in the sun, under the sun there. You have destroyed everything. I think you are getting it. So as a farmer, you don't need, the only fortification we want from you as farmer is to keep your feed in a well ventilation place. You don't store your feed on the floor. Then that inorganic acid also is in liquid form. So we have liquid dosing machine. It's because of the time. I have to cut the production process out of this presentation because of the time. So we have something we call dosing machine, liquid dosing. It's the one that we from the control room. They will tell if we need almost 50 kg of inorganic acid, you just start with them, and the thing will dose. Same thing with molasses, that is liquid. Then oil also is also liquid. So we have machine that does that into the mixer. Then somebody asks of the method of analysis of is it proximate analysis you are asking again? Is it proximate analysis you are asking again? Toxicity analysis. Okay. Now I understand you. Many of you will also work in a pharmaceutical company and those feed additive company that sell toxin binder. We have toxin binder. Toxin binder that you had average of 500 gram. 500 gram into 1 ton. But most of these people that sell this toxin binder, they are unable to tell us how we can check. Because most of our farmers will come to us and say they check the feed and they find the toxin there. You will be in the field. And let me tell you, you will be our future farm managers. If you put toxin, if you took toxin binder in the field, in the feed, and you go to the lab, you will still find toxin there. If toxin is in the ingredient or in the feed, you will still find it there. It is in the digestive tract that the toxin binder can work. It's going to bind the toxin. It's going to absorb it from absorption. So the recent way that we now use to check good toxin binder is we will include that toxin binder in the feed. Then we will now take the we will now take the analysis of that toxin before intake. Then after the collect the fecal sample now, we will now collect, we will now check. So if the toxin that come out in the feces reduces, it means that toxin binder is not working. That is the way we are using, we are testing it now. If the quantity of toxin that you have measured before intake, if the thing now reduce in the fecal sample, it means the toxin binder is not working, because it means the body absorb the toxin. I think you get it now. Yes. But if you have more toxin, that means the toxin was not able to so that toxin binder was able to attract, and even when the thing gets down, maybe there are other toxins. Then another thing that we scientists, you our professors, you have pushed us, we scientists, into the industry. Another angle we are looking at now about that is that toxin binder may also bind some other nutrients. So that we need the producer to also work on. You have pushed us into the industry now, and we are there, we are asking scientific questions. That, well, this thing was able to bind the toxin, but we still have some nutrients that were not absorbed by the animal, and the toxin binder absorbed. So that one also is another area of research. The next question is, somebody asked about that my book. Do you know that somebody posted down my book recently and sent it to me? What was my response? I said, oh, Laye Alalu Mole. That was the first book I wrote in year 2000, 2001, then 2004, fit formulation. So somebody is asking about the book. Then, no, it's a challenge. I will go and read. But this time around, it's going to be on the internet. It's going to be soft copy. So I will try and do that. Then, how do we undo customer complaint? You know, my company really invests on farm solution. We call it farm solution. And that's the reason why I said we have technology deployment managers. One of them is in the middle here for fish. If there's any complaint on fish now, it's the one we will send. If it is this area, Kwara State, Ondo, is the one we will send there. He's a specialist in aquaculture. So same thing if it is poultry. We have animal scientists that specialize in poultry, and also we have vet doctors too that we send. That is how we do our farm solution. Then correction of toxicity. Correction of toxicity. You know, when you have toxins attached, the toxin may not be from the feed, or maybe it's due to storage, inadequate storage. But you will see from your post-mortem that you see something has happened with your liver, with the liver, the bent liver. You can use a liver tonic, and if the thing is too expensive, it's better you do your routine check every day. You as a farm manager, you don't just go and sleep, start watching European League. Because on some of you now, when you are employed, that's what you will be doing. You will leave the attendants that don't even know anything. If you do that, they will fire you. So because we have been to some farm. Then, as farm manager, don't go to farm and start blackmailing feed because you want to get money. The thing will come back to you. Many people will say, because maybe the distributor is not giving him money. Then as a farm manager, you now reduce the quantity of feed. Then the people, if I get there, I will know. So, please and please. The correction of toxicity, I think that's the last one. I think I've covered the...
Thank you for the privilege, sir. My questions emanate from your answers. And question number one is, we were talking about toxin binder being binding other ingredients, other nutrients.
You are not so sure now.
Yes, it could. Yes, and scientifically that is possible. But in that case, what would you advise to do? One. Now, number two is the use of particular metrics or the metrics of particular ingredients that we want to use at a particular time could be expensive for small scale farmers. I think in our feed mills have the analyzer that this is what you want to give us, let's analyze, we'll know what the nutrient is before making our formulation. But that is not possible, and we can even to go and buy the ingredients, come and take to the lab, analyze. How are we sure that is that same ingredient we will be using when next we'll be going there to do the formulation? So in such case, what can the small scale farmers or students that are doing research that do not afford to use particular metrics or metrics of the particular ingredient, what can we do to that?
Now, from that last question, I will say any research that is done in that way, the short, it's not valid. It's not likely valid. That you don't know the matrix of the raw material you use. That you just use table. That research needs further investigation. Because it's like you formulate a diet to test the performance of the bed. And the thing is significantly responding or not responding. If the maize that man used is 7% good protein and you are formulated on 10% good protein, what will happen? Or the first batch of the feed, maybe it's layer trial, the feed finish, and when you are getting there, the soya that is there is another matrix. The maize there that is another matrix. And at the end of the day, the result is telling us that. So which means we cannot totally say is the response of what you are testing that is causing the new development. So we can stylishly say that maybe there are some factors that is responsible for this thing not moving the certificates you are giving us here and the one they are given in Kansas is still Bachelor of Agriculture. So if I'm presenting you, I'm giving that excuse here, and I'm giving that excuse here, and I'm invited to US or to Canada to come and present my result, and the same. And my guys taught us that our research must be replicable. Another person carry out that trial there. You see, we are here, we know things are not normal. Things are, and this is why they call us developing country. So, and that's the reason why we are discussing the current trend. The current trend. Then the second question you asked is about toxin binder. The toxin binder, at times in our company, we don't use toxin binder. Why? Because we will have tested the toxicity, the toxin level of if it is within the normal level, we may not use toxin. But if it is higher, that is when you can use your toxin binder. My brother.
Thank you very much. We enjoyed your lecture, and like Oliver Tis, we always ask for more. Maybe we still have to invite you back again, because what we have enjoyed today, we want to continue to be enjoying it, and that will be maybe at the level of faculty. And you are coming back, maybe you are coming back. You are here now at the level of the department. Maybe later at the level of faculty will be invited. However, I think my question will be a little bit different from what we have been asking. I think the very first one, how can the faculty benefit from your CSR? Your company's CSR, corporate social responsibility. How can we benefit from? Okay, then I think we have to discuss about that, because we are interested in your CSR. We are interested. Then secondly, the feed business. We want you also to tell us how can we be marketing your products. How can we obtain your dealership? As a faculty, we want to be selling your feet. We want to have an outlet in the promotion, very close to our school gate there. And the faculty want to be selling your products.
this area. The area manager is here. So we will be able to answer that.
Let me go by your slogan. AMB. 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 Better life. Round of applause for yourself. Now, the request the Prof just asked for now is very, very useful and viable. So we'll talk business after this talk show.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate you. Then moving forward, these are potential graduates. Yeah? These are potential graduates, potential animal scientists in a couple of weeks. They are going to the labor market. I'm thinking their mind. Some of them are interested in starting feed business. Not becoming a dealer in your company, but they want to establish their own company. That's possible, right? Can you give us tips on how to start this business? Maybe at micro level, at the small level, and gradually becoming, because Premier Feed started from somewhere. With time, they grew to what you have today. They are also interested. We have some of our students too that have started the business. They started some time ago. Today, they are doing fine. But here, I want you to educate them how they can start the business and grow with time. Business. Number 3. Yeah, fine. You mentioned something when you are delivering the lecture. You said something about sampling test, maybe if you got a supply, uniformity test and all that. Well, it depends. And I want to tell you that there's no way you can get an accurate test. Because when you get the variability, how can you now control that, the variability? Because if you are getting a supply of maybe 100 tons of trailer of maize, 100 tons of trailer of maize, the sampling test, you are going to take samples at random, which will be representative of what is in the something, Abi. But unfortunately, the variability will still be there. How can you control that? Of course, what we have been teaching them, is that they should be getting their raw material from reputable suppliers. That's what they have been teaching them. However, how can a supplier be reputable? Thank you.
Let me start from there, sir. You see, even our reputable supplier, we still find something like this. Okay, Professor? You can see as low as 41 point for soya, crude protein, and as high as 47 point something for soya. And that's the reason why this graph was plotted. So you can see, we now pick the one where the frequency strike. You can see 44. So there's no way you can pick that sample that will not pick 44. So the average is that 44. That's 44 is the one we use. But if you are the type that use just anything without several analysis, this sample is not 1, it's not 2, it's not 20, more than 100. And that's the reason why we see our PO officer moving on top of the truck, collecting. That is his own job. Go collect sample, take it to people that will analyze. Go, even production line, they will collect sample at the mixer, at the pelleting, at the extruding. So all this they will be gaining. So we now take the average. Then about my prospective animal scientist. If you want to move, I can't remember that parable. Make sure you don't move alone. Never. I will advise you, if you want to start that way, you can get concentrate. That reduces your what? Your stress and even the variability. It's from there you want to make a ton of let me say there's a field called ag maize 60%, which means you need average of 600 kg of maize and you get concentrate of 400 kg. Then you mix thoroughly. Because you are not working alone, I will get your sample, your maize sample from you. I will collect your maize sample and run the analysis to know that it's within our spec. I will check the aflatoxin level of that maize for you because you are not working alone, and assure you that, oh, in that your area, continue. Then you can now move to 30%, where you need just maize. You need maize, you need 300 kg of concentrate. You need 25% of wheat offer, and what do you need again? So to make your 100%, you need your wheat offer, then you need your maize and concentrate to make 100%. You know, you have reduced 42. Then we also check your wheat offer for you. Quality, because even in our own company we have suppliers that came to supply wheat offer, and on checking in the middle they put sawdust inside and rice husk. So what of you now that don't get eyes at all and you are mixing? Don't get eyes at all means you don't know the quality of what they are. There was a time as I was traveling home, I saw rice brown. I said this one will be cheap for my pig. I bought. But I collect sample to the office. Almost 30-something% fiber. So it's ash. I mean, it's what's it called? Straw. The husk. So if they know that you are a feed miller and you don't have eyes, you see, if you don't analyze your feed, it's like you are a blind person, just collecting and mixing. But if you analyze your product, you get extra. But I'm not using this to scare you. You can start from scrolling, because at times when you get inferior raw material and you fall down, you wake up again. But it's not good to fall, because at times if you fall, pit may be there. So it's better you don't walk alone. Move very close to. Don't get scared. Please don't get scared. Opportunities are still there. There are some areas that they don't even have access. Do you know that I've also sold feed before I joined Top Feed? I sold guinea feed. I've never even heard of Top Feed at all. Then I was thinking, see, you have to struggle. Don't depend on your uncle. Please, animal science, you know, say, no problem, I will help you. Don't depend on them. Start small. Start something. And at the end of the day, you will make it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you, sir. Having answered my question, and we quite understand that, okay, we quite understand that we can't afford to
have individual matches at our own level. Now, sir, could we have that benefit? Probably there is a way we can. Probably now, currently we have like 5 different groups doing research, and we can just collaborate and say, okay, let's take our sample. Maybe we need like 500 kg maize. Let's go and bring down to you and analyze for us at a discount, very, very discount rate.
No, that is the essence of a collaboration. That will be discussed. Yes, that will be discussed. That from LAUTECH and research unit, we want the company to assist us. Because at the end of the day, the research is also assisting the industry. So I think we can as well discuss that. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Before you go, sir, sorry, we are all about twist. I want to support my dean elect and my dean also here because I'm representing the dean. Sir, in addition to what he had just said, the MOU we develop will read people concepts. Give us, still giving us liberty now to penetrate and enter their fine. In fact, we are going to start some research with one of our professors there on milk. The guy is into that now. Now, we want you, one way or the other. We don't want these students sitting down now under the leadership of my able professor to be selling biscuits during internship. I'll be selling, thank you, you know it. And that's what they do, sincerely, and at times it can be annoying. When they're not going to write the report, when I was internship chairman, we saw a lot of funny things. Somebody was saying, kuli, peanut. And then when you now say your experience under, you now go to Adenike, the person that work in industry copy their own. Mistakenly, they won't change the machine number. Only the name they will change. And they will normally get them. So to what extent, just in addition to what they said, I'm leaving tomorrow, but the new HOD is coming in and the dean is there. To what extent can you help us in that? We have an understanding with big people concept and big Dutchman. What can you do for us? Why?
You know, I'm also representing the company. I can't make any final. You know, when you get to sales matter now, I have to call the area sales matter. So let us discuss. Then if it is IT, maybe they are coming. But you know, the way you are our designer, I don't know if the thing has changed. That we do all our IT in the school.
No. That is
because So if you are coming to the field, if you are coming, then you can write a request that you have social number if it is farm, because we also have farm. That is where we have even recently we are upgrading even the broiler trial experiment that is worth of about 400 million. So it's going to be something like a semi-closed system. So we have layer which is not less than 30,000. So if they will not come and say the place is smelling, if they will not come and say the place is smelling, but for now, excuse me, but for now we don't have accommodation in that farm. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You will not go yet. Sorry. In addition to what we have just discussed, I know my dean and the HOD, we want an area. You know, we discussed at the conference one time that where can we key into, getting our farm to do some experiments. We discussed it to a level at one time. Along the line, I think we didn't go further. But I want us now, maybe what I would suggest are things, maybe after this meeting, before they get together, we should have a small meeting with all of them, with the team, and then we come out with something instead of making it too open for now. Is that okay with us, sir? Will you be willing to accept us?
No, as I said earlier, we here, we are not the final decision.
We know, just to guide us.
Then about the about the trial. You know, I used to say that you are our God. You have pushed many of us into the industry. And these people also know the relevance of these people you push into the industry. There was a time somebody came, a prof came to my Oga. My Oga said, me, I don't have PhD. I think when you have PhD, I'm saying that I already know that I have somebody that is running trial for me. But that trial must be the one that is going to benefit the company. Once it is, once the proposal is okay, I think the company will also, I think they will be interested.
A round of applause. I think they are taking through. Please, I will be partial if I don't allow this lady to ask a question. Please, can you? Be fast. Please, don't bother to stand up. Just answer the question here.
Thank you, sir, for the teaching, sir. Sorry, I have to write my question down because I don't want to forget. So, as a nutritionist doing my project presently, I want to ask that after ensuring that the birds feed are well formulated and the chicks don't meet up to the expected, like the requirements, what are the things to look out for after we've done the feed formulations, gotten their usual percents, and they still don't meet up with the requirements? So what are the expected things to do for them?
No, don't worry. Let's give you the mic. You answer.
Thank you, sir.
Mic is here, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Stephen.
Thank you, sir. My question, like HOD have actually get into my question a little bit. What I wanted to ask is, how can we benefit from the internship program for the company? Because when I wanted to do my IT then, I submitted my application form to the company. I don't know if it gets to the top because the security collected it. It was security that collected it from. So that was my...
Hello. That is it. You see, some of you just think these are our guys. You think they are just here. And they are here, they have many of us across. So you can't just go alone. At least, Professor Ojebi is here now. And you are just...
Thank you very much, sir. On the issue of internship, wait, please. You are going to become guards very soon. Yes, sir. And by the grace of God, all of you will succeed. Yes. The issue of internship cannot be handled directly by us. NEAS will write to them. If they have vacancy, they will write to us to submit the name of our student. That's why you have to be in a good book when you are here. Normally they shortlist, and it's only students that we know will not disgrace us that will be sent to top field. That is the truth. So supervisors' input will be there. They will pass it to the HOD. It's HOD that give the letter out and then recommend those names to NEAS. So no, it's the truth, because you don't just go to, some people go to their country. And when they ask them to come and carry something, he's snapping the between like this. And then the manager is calling him. What is good? Because he had never seen a silo, very big silo before. And he posts like this. To Facebook, like this. To Facebook. So we don't want people like that. So normally it's guided and moderated. So that answer that question, please. Unless you have additional something, sir. I think
the other lady asked a question about the trial that she's currently running, that is not meeting the requirement, the target rate. Now, what may be responsible for that? You know, as I said, your formulation, as we have discussed, there's a lot of variability there. So in your report, you have to say it also that likely, because you have formulated on the normal thing, but recent formulation now is about using table. You have to know what is in your ingredient you are using at that particular time. Then you have to be very sure that there is no contamination along the production line. There was a man that had a poultry farm layer. All of a sudden, the birds start dying. What happened? You know the vertical mixer. You know, maybe lizard or rats enter. And when they want to start the thing in the morning, they just look at 2 miller. And they mill the whole thing with the feed. So when the thing started decomposing, the birds started dying. So you have to trace. That's what I was telling you. The traceability. Even at the bagging bin, there's a bin that we call bagging bin. That when you produce, after production, the thing after mixing, the thing will go into the bagging bin. And maybe there are still feed on the warehouse floor. And this bagging bin is there for maybe 1 or 2, and rain fall, maybe there's a leakage. Then the thing is bagged out, and you feed it to your animal. That may also affect your performance. So, as a nutritionist, modern nutritionist, you have to follow from your formula, then down to even the final consumer, which is your bed. And that's the reason my department is deployment, technology deployment. We prefer farm solution. We go to farm. How are they using our feed? So that's your feed. There may be issue. Like I was discussing with the professor yesterday. He said there was a case. They sent formula to the feed mill, expecting 100 kg, and the thing they brought is less 100 kg. What happened? They said something. Maybe the thing stick to the production something. But they later discover that the whole ingredient was missing. It's a serious case. And if you now run, so if you now run that on a project, at the end of the day, what do you expect to get? So there is a lot of variation in feed milling, and you have to be very, very cautious.
Thank you, sir. My last question is it's directed to our lecturers. For the laboratory analysis, we went on the theoretical part, the wet chemistry and all of that. So I want to ask if it can be included in our curriculum, to have the real practical instead of just the theoretical aspect.
Excuse me. I'm your student. Do you know that most of us that run experiments, most of us pay the technologists. Where most of us live in the lab. When some of us are living with the technologists in the lab, some of us pay the technologists. Is it the fault of the lecturer? Can't you get chemical and go to the technologist? Madam, brother, how can we do the proximate for this ingredient? You seek knowledge, you search for knowledge. They will only give us the foundation, and they have done that perfectly. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you very much for that answer. Very apt and concise. He has answered the question. But I want to tell you that the facility is available. Wait, listen. How many of you, Professor Amau is here? Thank God my brother, colleague is already here by the grace of God. Dr. Shitu is here. They can bear me witness. He answered that question, but the issue is that some of you are very ignorant. And ignorance is not an excuse. My students are currently doing something on nano. They know it's a thing they cannot dodge. They are almost sleeping in the laboratory. The issue that there's an easy way out for you. Send it to Ibadan. The next week you have results. Send it to OAU. The next day you have results. If it is that you must sit with them to do the analysis, you will not sleep. It's here. Mr. Karim is doing it. Mr. Labi is doing it. The technologists are doing it. When Mama was here before she retired, Professor Mo will go there with his own students and stay with Mama, sir. So these are our products here. It's your laziness. The NIR we don't have. Wait, please. We don't have the NIR. That is the truth. I saw everywhere they have NIR. I don't know whether they have it in now.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Sir, okay, there is one thing I want to add. Now listen to me. Most of the feed meal, even in our lab now, I think we have maybe 1 or 2 animal scientists. Microbiology, chemistry, engineering. You see, you have opportunity. Most of the feed meal, all those big feed meal, they don't have qualified person. And NIANS is looking for that. They are assessing a company for that. If you can learn that here, when you get to the industry, all those microbiology, they are not qualified. But you have opportunity, you don't grab it. Oh, I'm sorry for you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank God this is coming up now. When he was delivering the lecture, he mentioned something about usage of phones. That use your phone for productive matters. It's about interest. It's about what? Nowadays, the world is global. You can reach out to anywhere within the shortest period of time. But where your interest lies is social media. As you were sitting down here, we have some of our colleagues that were jotting. I doubt if we have about 10 students that jotted when he was delivering this lecture. I doubt it, we have it. All of you are busy pressing phone, accessing social media, WhatsApp, on that social media, go to YouTube channels. Download procedures of proximate analysis, determination of this, determination of that. Even we watch it live on video, you grab it better. It's where your interest lies. And when you are tested, maybe during an interview, without wasting or missing any word, you should be able to clearly state the procedure of proximate analysis. It's not difficult. Lecturers we are trying our best, despite the limited resources. Some, not quite long, some of my project students, do you know what I did for them? We can get samples and take it somewhere for analysis. We didn't do that. I got a university bus that took them to where the analysis will be done. They were practically involved, even on things that you may not even have access to in the next couple of years. DNA analysis and all that. They spent 2 weeks there. We got an hotel. I used my personal money to subsidize the expenses. What I'm talking about. It wasn't easy. Some of them were not happy. They were grumbling. They were needing. You are going to go there. So it's about your interest. Develop interest to
something to contribute thereafter to wrap up. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me appreciate our lecturers, our guest lecturers. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming. Thank you for all you have done to come and synergize with us in developing manpower. Let me also appreciate the HOD. Actually, I was in another meeting in another faculty. That was why I couldn't be part of the lecture. But the part that I met, especially regarding the question that the last lady here raised, it is already part of your curriculum, please. Right from 200 level, you people will agree with me that at 200 level, whenever you have practical at the laboratory down there, because of your population, listen to me, some of you, just like many of you are seated at the back, pressing your phones and all those things. When they demonstrate to you ANB 201, many of you were not practically involved because you didn't feel it had anything to do with your training. But that was part of it. Now, at 500 level, when you are running your projects, we have already instructed them at the laboratory. Sometimes I get to the laboratory, I meet people from chemistry, students from chemistry. You bear with this. Students from biology, students from food science, who will come to our laboratory and understudy our technologists. You, animal scientists, that you have been told you need to carry out this, you need to carry out this, you need to carry out this. Even when we ask you, take your samples to them at the lab, stay with them, you don't want to. And this is not good for you. It's an opportunity. Students from other departments that are not even related to animal science, they make use of our laboratory to gain. Spend weeks or days there to learn one thing or another. This is what you two should do. You don't have to wait until somebody now says, oh yeah, let's force you to go there. Let me round up by using the example of one of our best students in the past, Tayo Jeje Lola. Professor Ojebi, you supervised him. Right from 300 level, he came to me. Okay, I want to begin to learn research. And I embraced him. Come and join our research group. We will go together to the pen, we will go together to the laboratory. But by the time they were picking names, he couldn't pick my name. He picked Professor Ojebi's name. He said, Oga, what should I do? I said, let me talk to him. He's a good man too. You will learn from him. This was a boy who came in with the best of his result at O level was C5. Every other thing was C6. And he made first class, being the best student in the whole faculty in his set. Now, what do I want to bring out? Right from 300 level, he was following us to the laboratory. He was following us to the pen. And then by the time he got to 500 level, most of those things were already part of him. These days, pinging, TikTok, WhatsApp will not allow you to do that. That was why we gathered you together a couple of weeks ago, that you should make good use of your time before you graduate. Please, it's still not yet too late. Those of you who have one analysis or another to run, be ready to spend time. This is one of our PhD students. He knows the time he spent in the laboratory with the lab man when he was running his master's degree, together with undergraduate students that were working together with him. So you too should be ready to spend time. There is the provision already in your curriculum. I wish you the best.
Hello. Please, just a minute. Give me audience and listen to this. One writer says, attitude is everything. Look at your class. How many of you are supposed to be here? Hold on. Even those that are here, some were forced. Let's assume this is a practical class. The same attitude will have still played out. He has hit the ball on the, hit the point. The kind of attitude you are having now, if you have to go to the lab and do so and so, that is when some will not come to school that very day. And it's because you are not being penalized for it. Hello, I just told something to Dr. Aruna now. The same approach that you have to be involved while you are there in the farm. It's still the same thing we should have asked you to go and carry out your laboratory analysis out in the farm. But over time, maybe because the supervisors felt that the result is very important to them as well, and they wouldn't want you to toil with it because they know you are very careless when it comes to such things. I mean, not you in particular, students generally. Maybe that is why it's fading on. I told you in the class, during my masters, I took samples out. When my oga heard that, what do? You took samples, I repeated that same experiment right there in the lab. But do you have that same mindset to do it? Ask yourself. Thinking time. Yeah, oga was already giving you a dance. What's the name of that dance? By doing like this. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. He was the one doing that dance, so no mind. Yes, perhaps maybe some of our team, maybe just 1 or 2 minutes as we wrap up. Thank you. Yes. Better life. Now I want to appreciate every one of you for at least patience. For the patience. Now, one thing that the speakers, the professors have been echoing is for us to know the difference between job and business. There's clear distinction between the job and the business. A job is a place you are being paid for doing what you are doing. And that person you are doing that thing for is doing business. So equally, you can as well do that business. A lot of things have been said, so I won't take our time. So let's put these things into practice. Let's practicalize these things, just like what the professor said. If this class were to be a test class, a lot of people would have failed because the turnout initially was massive, and as time progresses, you see people going out. The professor said something at that time, and I have to key into it. He said he came in initially, and he thought of listen. Are we together? Yes, sir. If a professor could say, make that statement, the thing, I was sitting there, the thing shook my mouth. I was like, he said he came in initially and he thought of it that this workshop should be a very educative one,
Then he went back to his office or his car or something to bring a jotter. A jotter. And the moment you are clapping for professor, you are not clapping for yourself. The moment he said that, I had to turn back, look at when doctor was giving out the lecture. I had to turn back and a lot of us were not jotting anything. Instead, what the professor said was what we are doing. Pinging. You can't get this lecture of sorts free elsewhere. You pay for it, just like what professor said initially. So let's practicalize what we are being taught. Let's practicalize what we are being taught. That if everybody, professor says something, 4 plots of land, they have to build his house on the plot, and the 3 other plots, crops. You have poultry, he has so many things. So if every one of us have that mindset before now, this country would have been better off by now. Thank you very much. God bless you.
ANB. Thank you very much. Well, let me just say this statement, and I want you all to listen to it. Somebody once said something here. Your attitude will determine your altitude. And listen to me, I know some of us here, my advice is to the original nutritionist, animal nutritionist. See, don't be deceived. No matter what anybody says here, there are some that will go and be selling pot at market after graduation. Period. There are some that will go into other business. Am I right? Yes. But I'm talking to the ones that want to become animal nutritionists. Please, whatever you learn today will go a long way with you. Try as much as possible, develop yourself. Whatever you take in now will be what you'll be able to give out when you are there. You are talking about theory. All of us, we all learn theory. Most of the time, when you get to the real world, then you see the practical sense. When I was in school, my professors, they taught me recirculatory system about fish. None of them have seen recirculatory system before. Until when I went for IT, I came back to even teach them the real recirculatory. It is because, you see, these days, like my Oga said, in this world of animal husbandry or whatsoever you are doing, technology is advancing every now and then. You may not get all at the same time in the classes, but like we said, your phone is a place where you can get anything. Whatever is happening over there, overseas, where they have all equipment, you can get it in your own hand through your phone. So please, learn. If actually you want to be a real nutritionist, an animal scientist, learn from your phone, learn from your laboratory, learn from your lecturer, and when you come outside, you will also see things in a practical way. God bless you.
Better life. A lot has been said this morning and this afternoon by my organs and lecturers there. And I'm going to reiterate everything that has been said, that we should work harder. I have to be honest with you, the outside world is different from the school environment. And you might not know it now, you might feel, I'm just studying animal nutrition, nothing much, I'm going to get out. Even if it's spoon one or two to come out to it. Make sure that you are a professional in it, because nobody cares about the certificate you come out with. I have to be honest with you. It's what is in your head. My guy was saying something, there was an interview. How many kg of shit can you give a brother for 5 weeks? I'm sure if you ask some of us there, we might not know. The actual, no, these are questions, these are things that will be asked there. And that's why we are nutritionists. We are not just animal, have money, I want to go into agriculture. What do you have in your brain? How can you produce, how can you, be a qualified animal nutritionist? These are what is necessary for you. And please, everything that you have been learned today, build on it. We are taught on a lot of things. Build on it, go online, NRI, what is the meaning? Most of these things are very important. So that when we all meet in the field, we can know this and this is what I learned while I'm on campus. And we can be sure of ourselves that, oh, I'm a qualified animal nutritionist. And we can all stay in the field. Not that after your graduation you are now selling fashion. No, you can be sure of going to the field and representing yourself well. Thank you very much for welcoming us. We appreciate you all. And we pray that everything we've learned, we'll be able to utilize it well, and it shall be fruitful to all of us. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much. We so much love your contribution, and I believe one way or the other, our students are picking it. They are picking it. Yes. To also add his own voice to it, we are going in a couple of minutes now. Just yes, HOD will determine that, and your rep as well. I also want to welcome the head of department, APH, to also lend a voice to the discussion. We are welcome, sir. Professor T.A. Rafi.
Thank you very much. The organizer and our guest lecturer and the center, you are highly appreciated. To the students, this is just a golden opportunity for you, but I'm afraid if you can identify that, I can use the word, permit me to say it in Yoruba. Ogun tí a fi owó ṣe èyàn ò ní gbé, because that kì í mọ value but the precious stone is at the corner of the house for you. There are some among you, you just find yourself in this profession by faith. Our guest lecturer has said something about it. Not that you decide, but by faith you find yourself there. I want you to understand that there is just a thin line, very thin line between desire and the faith. You will desire something, but your faith will take you to the place. If truly it has been written down for you. But wheresoever you find yourself, you have a purpose of being there. So better take your faith and forge ahead. You see, your future started long ago. Finding yourself in this profession is not by chance, it's not by mistake, it's by destiny. So the earlier you get that, the better. And you just have to start from somewhere. This is an opportunity for you now. For attending this lecture, for attending this program is a kind of open gate for you to see what you have ahead, to see the well of gold that you don't identify. So it's not left to you to go there and mine it. The lecturer said, though you are the last one and you have numerous brothers and sisters before you, but you don't have brothers and you don't have sisters. So your destiny lies in your hand. with little, no matter how small, if your pocket money, you can do something about it. And from there, you can start. If you start with brood and sale, before you know what is really happening, you will have something in your possession. So after you have a little with you, you can now approach your brother. I need 2 million. I'm having 200,000 with me. Now I am back on brood and sale, and this is what I can fetch from it. I'm going to of period. I started with just 50,000 naira, and within 3 months, this is what I have. Your brother will say, okay, oh my business is he knows how to get money from the business. So the money we invested on him to go to that Lautech and to start that AMB or APH is not a waste. So if we can now go to our cooperative or to bank and loan take a loan using ourselves, not even our not even our certificate, not even our property. If we use ourselves as collateral for the loan, definitely we will not go and it will make something. So it's then that are going to have brother and sister that come to your aid. So please, please and please, your destiny lies in your hand. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yes, we are trying the cutting of the entire program. We are closing up now. Hello, in just a minute's time, your rep will be giving a vote of thanks. Listen, just give me 1 minute. When we are starting the program, I mentioned one statement that try to be what? Try to be what? Try to be professionals and not professors. Why am I discouraging you from being a professor? Not the name professor. Professor means somebody who knows book alone. Professional means somebody who is involved. Hello, hello, hello. What I'm saying to you is that professionals are the ones that have the money. Professionals are the ones that are rich, not the professors. Those that are rich among the professors are the professional professors. Those that are rich among the professors are those that are really in the active part of it.
Professionals and practitioners.
And practitioners. Do you get it now? So please be involved. Don't just have that certificate. If you are having that certificate, I will tag you as just a professor. Yes, you have the certificate. Yes, you have first class. Yes, you have 2-1. But until you are involved, the money won't come to you. Clap for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome your rep to the
myself and my fellow colleagues, we appreciate your efforts and your hard working. Father, we really appreciate you. You are a father to us. We have to present this
appreciate you for imparting knowledge. I grew up with the saying of knowledge is free, and impart knowledge is don't sell knowledge. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us over here, we have friends of want to do our masters, want to do this now. All we get is just the guidelines. When to just just like the way our lecturers are teaching us to make us know things. You people are also professors that have given us some highlights, and I'm very sure a lot of us will really jot down things that we want to do, things of how we can make it. So on behalf of all perspectives, we say thank you and we appreciate it. And on behalf of all our professors in AMB and ABH, we appreciate and love you all for all the knowledge you have imparted in us since our 200 levels. God bless you all.
And also, I want to appreciate our colleagues. Thank you so much for contributing for the love and for the patience and the cooperation.
Surprise to the head of the department. It's also the way it's talking to him. He's just recovering from. So, congratulations to our head of the department. Yes, he's going to do two things now. Yes, we have presented something to him. He's going to give his acceptance speech and also give the closing remarks as we bring this event to a close. A round of applause for our head of the department.
Sincerely, you have succeeded in the good plan.
And you know one thing? I'm not seeing him as a dean alone. Something great is going to happen. I'm not seeing Akiwumi as HOD alone. Something great is going to happen. I'm not seeing any of that. I am seeing a dean in making for Bogale School seated here by the grace of God. Clap for us. And when it comes to pass, we will have testimony. My students, you are so wonderful. I love you. But don't forget what I normally say. No, we have quarreled many times. And we have settled many times. That is the love of a father to the children. So whatever you have done, you are forgiven. Whatever I have done for you, forgive me. Am I forgiving? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We are running up gradually. Yes, no. Professor Rafi, please don't go. You will be the one to close us with prayer. We will commit the journey of our guest speakers and his team to God's hand. We also help us to commit the future of our students to God's hand as well. And we are having this as the second one. We pray that this won't be the last. Even though our students might not be around then. We are not saying amen. The next couple of months will be out of the system here, your NYC, and you face the future, the real future that you'll be waiting for. Yes, all you have learned, please, never be jealous, and the Lord will prosper your ways as you move on in Jesus' name. So, Dr. Rafi and the Professor Rafi will come then. Immediately after his prayer, we'll take photograph, group pictures with the team that are here. Gradually, our students will step out of the hall because this hall will still be rearranged for another important program. And we don't want you to disturb us. Give me that. Step our postgraduate students. Thank you and God bless you.
We give thanks to Almighty Allah for making it possible for us to converge here today. As the HOD said, they dreamt of this program just 2 days ago. Making it possible was live in your hand. As a result of that, we give thanks to you. Come and accept our thanks. We thank you for making it possible for our guest lecturer and receptorate having a safe trip down to this place. Those people that they didn't know where they are. We are praying, we are soliciting for your protection over them from here back to their place. Come and accept our prayer. We are praying to you to enlarge their post as well. They try their very best to impact us with knowledge, to share their experience with us. Oh Allah, we are praying, we are seeking for your assistance, we are seeking for your guidance. Come and enlarge their post for them. May that they come here to enrich our knowledge. Oh Allah, let it be beneficial for us. We are hoping that in the next 2 months, we will be out of this place. Oh Allah, we are seeking for your assistance, we are seeking for your guidance. Come and be with us, come and be with us, and enlarge their cause for them. As we are dreaming, we want to see them in a greater height. We want to see them in a better place. Oh Allah, accept our prayer. Be that we are here as well. Oh Allah, come and be with us, guide us, protect us, and the friendship, the family within us, let it be a solid one. and let me pick one. The round of character. Balance left in the center, one in a sub-line. One can remember, solar and solar village. One of the recovery certain as school,
please, we are, let's give honor to whom it's due. You will not make noise. There's a little refreshment for you. Wait. Listen, please. Listen. Those of you that are here, we are pleased with you and we recognize your patience. So please, this attendance is needed for us for use later because of other things that will follow up from here. Right now, we are going to have a meeting with the dean and this entourage, and the HOD also will be there. Many packages are going to come up. We are trusting God, not only from there, from other places also. We won't recommend an ignorant person and recommend it to go and be somewhere so that doesn't feel us. So we need our attendance. Please be patient. Just line up gradually as you go out to give your refreshment the right on me. Thank you very much. Dr. Aruna, please take over. Dr. Onipide, Mr. Favor, please stand up. And then go to the back. Go to the back. Sit down. Sit down. Please. Let's go for photograph. Good photograph first. Let's go for good photograph first. Come on, that. What is the time? Show the time. Yes, please. Yes, this light. I have to put on the light. This light. It's not working. I take a bottle of it. Okay, open the door. Shake a bottle.